Hello everyone, my name is Draconicrose and today I am bringing you a preview slash overview of Hive Time, a scientifically inaccurate bee-themed management slash base building simulation game. Now this game has a pretty, decent art style, and it has a interesting mode of distribution. It is available on itch.io on a pay what you want basis, which means that if you are broke like I am, you can pay $0 for it, aka get it for free, but if you have some dollars that you can spare, please throw them the developer way, because this game really is super cute and is in active development. In fact, the last update to it was just about 22 hours ago. So it is produced by Cheesiness, Josh Bush, Cheesiness, and I think, but don't quote me on that it is made with Linux first in mind. So yes, this is a native Linux game that we're dealing with here. So let's go back to the main menu and create a new Hive. You can customize these things, but I kinda won't, because I want to show you the entirety of the start of the game at least. So let's start a new Hive, and here we go into the honeycomb. So here we are. Welcome to Hive Time. A new hive consists of a throne room surrounded by 12 under construction empty cells. Cells are constructed by worker bees and builder bees when you get them, who visit construction sites automatically. So these are the cells they are going to construct. This is a throne room, First, build an exit. Each exit allows up to 3 worker bees or forager bees, when you get them, to leave the hive at once to gather pollen and nectar. Left click on an empty cell, then click resources and select exit to build one. Got it. So I'm going to wait for my little bees to build one here, and then I will turn it into an exit so that we can start building. So here we go, resources, exit, and they will come in, they will turn this little cell into a exit cell so that they can go out into the world to forage the pollen and nectar that we need. Now this game is a little bit slow going, and it doesn't have time controls that I managed to find. I am sure that is probably going to come eventually. Next, build a wax assembler. Worker bees will use wax assemblers to replenish your wax stores at the cost of pollen and nectar. Some cell types, like the wax assembler, take up multiple cells. Left click an empty cell with adjacent empty cells above and below it and build a wax assembler from the resources submenu. So I'm going to pick this one because either of these sites would work. I'll pick this one. So let's go into our resources and pick the wax assembler. We get a preview, so you can see that the cell above and below, we also get over here a little preview of what type of cell we need. So we'll leave that, and some bee, these are generic bees, will come along and build it. We have, that's the tutorial. We have a bee thing over here, but wasn't fast enough to get it. So this is our queen, Melanine. Currently, you don't really get as cute an art style in the game, but I'm sure that will improve, though I do like the more simplistic graphics. Fill that storage. The hive makes use of 5 types of resources. Pollen and nectar are foraged from exit cells by worker and forager bees. Wax, honey, and jelly are produced by workers at assemblers or refineries at the cost of existing resources. Fill up your pollen and nectar stores. So what I think, it didn't tell you, is that when there are no stores, the bees will store things in the throne room, but the throne room storage is pretty limited. You can see up here how much it can store. So this is the throne room, the core of your hive, and where the queen hangs out to do her queenly things. If resource storage rooms don't exist, bees will drop resources here. You can also spawn a new queen here before the current queen dies if you have 600, and I don't know what these drops are yet, and it has a cooldown. So we are going to start by coming into here and turning this one into a nectar storage and this one into a pollen storage. And you will see that our storage will greatly increase capacity. We can see production levels here, so we do have a good bit of control over the production of our stuff, and we get a little bit of bee stories. So tally-ho! Jane has been keeping account of all bees to enter and leave the hive through this exit. They've made little charts and everything, so you can imagine like bees making charts. In case you're wondering, yes, Jane is the name of a bee. Let me go into this mode. We have Barry, we have Jane, here she is. Let's take a look at her. She has left the hive once, has traveled a bit of distance and foraged some resources. So yeah, I assume as the game is developed, you will get to know more about your bees, maybe social interactions and stuff. But for now, you get those little cute balloons to keep you entertained and appraise of your little bee lives. Alright, so we are getting the storage and we're going to have to fill it up. However, I might want to get away from the tutorial. So this is an exit, a little hole in the hive that bees can come and go through. Primarily, exits are used by workers and foragers when they leave the hive in search of pollen and nectar. And the storage for nectar, supposedly it means overcome death. This is a nectar storage cell, a place where the hive's nectar can be stored. Nectar is stored evenly across all nectar storage cells, so if this one is half full, they're all half full. Now that is cool for visualization purposes. And let's take a look at the pollen info. Achoo! This is a pollen storage cell, a place where the hive's pollen can be stored. Pollen is stored even, so same information. So very good decision from a visualization standpoint, though you do get the raw numbers up here. Let's take a look here. Okay, so this is what? Royal jelly, maybe? I don't know. Someone who knows bees, let me know what that could be. Oh, there we go, we have another balloon. Such vistas. Adam says the view from this exit is the best in the hive, so long as you ignore the grubs. We only have one exit, Barry. And the wax assembler. All they ever make is candles. This is a wax assembler, a place where workers can produce wax for the hive. 3 wax currently requires 1 pollen, 1 nectar to create. You can also pause and resume wax production for the entire hive here. I'm assuming that when you're full of wax that they automatically stop and go do something else. But like I said, I was trying to get ahead of the tutorial because even though the tutorial hasn't told us yet, we can change the role of a cell to something else. So first, let's get the workshop going. Now the workshop is where you will research things for your hive. So it's, as you can imagine, a good thing to have. But yes, I am actually feeling the need for a speed up time button. I don't think it has. I checked the controls and it really doesn't seem to have any time management controls. It does have a supposedly an alt text that show the shortcuts, but I don't know. Come by and check it out sometime. On weekends, Renee dabbles in jigsaw puzzles, but don't let it get in the way of the job. Okay, right, so now we have a research that we can do. We can research cells, we can research upgrades for things, and we can search for upgrades for the bees, although we have nothing available here yet. So let's take a look at this workshop upgrade. Allows workshops to be upgraded. Oh, okay, we get the tutorial coming for us. Now build a nursery. Nurseries increase your population limit, unlock the role management menu, and enable the bee seeder role. Bee seeders speed up the rate at which the hive's population grows. Left click on an empty cell, then build a nursery from the role submenu. Note that the costs pop-up indicates the resources required. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do the nursery and go back to our research in the workshop. So workshops for the increased builder population capacity and allow the cell list to be viewed. Unlock additional research options. So yeah, we do want that to be researched. Bees will do it as they can. So right now we definitely need more bees. We have 4 bees and that's not really good. Bee seeders equal population growth. Initially bees spawn at a set rate, but when a bee seeder works at a nursery, they'll spawn faster. Bee lifespans are short, so too few bee seeders will cause the hive's population to decline. Left click on the nursery and select population. Use the sliders in the population management screen to increase the chance of new bee seeders. So there we go. Let's get to the population screen. Right now 100% of them is generic workers. So let's get about 5% bee sitters and maybe 10% actual builders, and well, we can't yet control foragers and defenders, so we'll go do that. We just lost that one balloon, unfortunately. You can see behind the cell the timer until a new bee spawns, which I quite like. And over here I think it's yeah, how many bees have left the hive through this exit. So right now I think one of our bees died. Yeah, we have the queen and 3 workers, and that's not great. But now that we have the nursery, we will be spawning more bees. Let's see if that is enough for us to get a stable hive. So we got another worker, which okay, fine, it's not ideal, but will do. How's the info going? Not that. Though I will read that. Didn't I? Current research. Progress 0 out of 20. Maybe because I need actual bees? Tools everywhere. This is a workshop, a place where builders can maintain their tools and check blueprints. Workshops allow builders to be trained, who can construct rooms at an increased rate. You can also select new construction options, sell upgrades, and be upgrades for builders to research here. Yeah, so that's not going anywhere until we get a builder bee, which should be coming from the nursery. So let's take a look. Sometimes it just don't work out. Edna and Ron had an argument a while back. Ron hasn't accepted Edna's apology. It hurts, but Edna knows that it's important to respect that. Ah, how wholesome. Bee relationship teachings. Yes, good. Another bee died. Alright, it looks like this is not quite enough yet to maintain the population well enough. However, if we're lucky and we get a bee sitter, maybe I need to crank those sliders up a little bit more. Let's see what we get now. We got another generic bee, so let's okay, let's leave it somewhere around there. I will adjust it more later. I think we could perhaps make another exit cell, which, if I realize correctly, can be adjacent to another one. Just so that if we get another generic worker, which we did, let's take a look. Connie, a worker, yeah. We can allow them to leave the hive as well. So let's go into resources, exit, there we go. And we have another balloon. Not stop hits. Christopher insists on listening to B3FM, so BFM. During their shifts, every bee secretly looks forward to it. Aww, very, very wholesome. Right, so not much to do until we get new types of bees. Again, making me wish for a time slider. Oh look, the little things are matched so that the circles won't be adjacent to the circles of another comb, and that's pretty neat. So our storages are also full, so let's make another nectar and pollen storage, and it's not going to be perfect, but that's fine. About that workshop. Workshops unlock the builder role as well as the ability to research new construction options and other perks. Workshops and other role-specific cells also increase the population capacity for that role. When the role population is over capacity, bees of that role will live half their normal lifespan. Oof. Poor bees. Work, work, work. Research needs builders to progress. Each cell has room for up to 3 working bees. 3 builders can research in a single workshop at once, but wax assemblers have room for 9 workers. Left click on a workshop, select research and choose any new research item. Remember to also spawn some builders, yes. So it's 3 bees per cell, so it makes sense that this has 9. And we finally got a babysitter bee. Let's take a look at her. So Jason, age 7, young, rolled bee sitter, raising bees in the nursery, carrying grubs. Too bad we don't have grubs as, you know, a resource or something, but that's fine. I suppose grubs in this case would be, you know, their babies. So let's take a look. This means something. James keeps a journal of all the dreams they've ever had. They're not sure what it is, but they know they'll find a pattern eventually. So as you know, this is really scientifically inaccurate because bees are all female except for the drones, which are male and mate with the queen. But yeah, this really is scientifically inaccurate. But the good thing is they do store food in their combs, and they do have nurseries, though not, you know, decorated like that, or decorated at all even. So that part is pretty cute, and I do appreciate having a builder slash manager with a different theme to it. One of my favorite games when I was growing up was Empire of the Ants. I think that was the name of it, or it was Ant Empire, something like that. It was a game from 1994, if I'm not mistaken. It was from the 90s at least. And in it you ran a colony of ants. And it really was one of my favorite games. It combined harvesting and survival with base building and real-time strategy. It was awesome. The foundation of a successful hive. Your hive has a productive population, and you're able to give have new bees specialized in particular roles. Continue to grow your hive with storage production and role-focused facilities. Research jelly production and accumulate 600 jelly to create a new queen at the throne room before the current queen dies. Woo! Alright, so that means we have finished the research there, so we are going to need to research the I don't have the jelly thing. Did I not excuse me, did I not read this correctly? Research jelly production. Yeah. Okay, do I need to upgrade the workshop first? Let's do that. Its our population is increasing, not too much, but some. And that's fine. We will take a look soon at how the roles are being... Well, we are producing too many builder bees, I mean. So let's do 30. And let's take a look at the research now. Aha, here we go. Jelly storage is here. But we need more wax. We need honey, and we need jelly? Or is that supposed to be nectar? Oh, that's jelly storage. Oh, okay, we need the refinery, which means we need way more wax, which means we should research the wax storage. Alright, so let's research that. A mysterious package. Dan picked up a grub the other day, only to find that it was 3 drunk stick bugs in the What? Alright, and we're getting too many bee sitters as well, so Let's make sure our population is more or less like that. I think that should be good. Yeah, so for now we need to get these things full, get the wax storage, which we did get, so let's get one going, wax storage. And let's take a... oh, sell list, nice. Let's take a look at the research again. So we need to be able to produce jelly, which means we need 50 wax and 50 honey. So we need the honey refinery. What are we missing? Well, we need more wax and more pollen and more nectar, but we can definitely do all that. So how many worker bees do we have? Only 2. Still have too many builder bees. That's fine. Masterpiece. Mark likes to sculpt with leftover. Mark likes to sculpt with leftover wax. The other workers say they're good enough to sell, but Mark thinks creating is its own reward and melts them down at the end of the day. Oh, that's good, Mark. But do sell them in a pay-as-you... ah, so that's what the creator is getting to. Yeah, that was not subtle, was it? But it's fine. The game is cute. I think it's worth a few bucks, especially once it gets even more developed. And we are waiting on pollen. So again, wishes for a time speed up. Especially because bees, well, they're not slow getting things. I think they're pretty fast for a normal speed, but I don't think we can actually choose what kind of resource they prioritize. Prioritize. Yeah, I think that might be a research that we are going to need. We'll see eventually. Cornered. Last week, Rebecca developed a new approach to welding corners. Unfortunately, Rebecca is also known for cutting corners, so now they're back to square one. Oh, dear. How is the research going? It's not going because we do not have enough. Yeah, I need a little bit more pollen, which sucks a little bit, but that's fine. Oh, don't we have enough? Yeah, we do. So let's get researching that honey refinery and then getting another wax storage going. Why aren't there enough bees working at this thing? Production levels. Yeah, I can't prioritize high. Upgraded production cells. Okay, so I probably have to research upgrades. That's interesting. Upgraded workshop info. This is an upgraded workshop. Actually, the title. Bigger tools are better tools. This is an upgraded workshop, a place where builders can maintain their tools and check blueprints. Upgraded workshops provide additional research options, review the Hive cell list, and further increase builder population capacity. Which is awesome. So maybe we should make another nursery? Let's take a look at the balloon. Almost pleasant. Becca knows that grubs are meant to smell bad, but they kind of like it. Aww. That new baby grub smell. I guess. That was a weird sentence. Let's make another wax storage and then we'll turn this one into another nursery. Roll. Nursery. So that will help even more with the population of the hive. We have enough room for 21 bees, so we should be trying to get to that as much as possible. So yeah, there we go, another info, population. So I think it does, yeah, the whole population is the same thing. So let's see, no bee sitters. Oops. Hive Live, a typical day in the nursery. It's important to reflect. Brett and Anita made up after a recent falling out. Brett has spent a lot of time feeling thankful since. Also, cute. Oh, so the timer, is it faster for the with the two nurseries, or newbies will spawn and trained, allow visitors to be trained, population growth? I'm not entirely sure if that does work, so I guess I'll have to check. I don't like how these sliders work. I wish they warned me that, oh look, you have too much of one. Maybe you should decrease it. I don't want 40% of my population to be bee sitters. That should be okay. Alright, so I think we have enough wax. What did we do? No bee sitters tutorial. So did we get a pop-up? Oh, we're still researching. Okay. We probably need more builder bees. Career aspirations. Baby Chris wants to be a sea bee when they grow up. Yeah, good luck with that one. Looks like the nursery timers are actually separate, and the nursery where a bee sitter is working is going to go faster. You can't really see it right now because for some reason, as soon as I resumed recording, the timers synchronized with each other. I love it. I absolutely love it when I'm trying to demonstrate something and it does something else. Oh well. Let's take a look at this balloon. Foundational wax. Hannah thinks wax is the most important resource in the hive since the entire hive is built on it. Yeah, sure. I feel it. But however, we are very full on all resources and not, doing too great on the whole upgrading things. Maybe I need more nurseries? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe we need more bee sitters, what we need, because they definitely speed up the whole thing. I do think it's weird that even with 2 nurseries, only 1 keeps spawning. I wonder if that's a bug or a bug, or if that's what it's supposed to do. I don't know. I'm going to crank this up. Let's make sure we have plenty of bee sitters because this is going real slow. Safety first. Francis is the occupational hive safety representative at this wax assembler. Safety audits may not be a lot of fun, but Francis thinks they're better than hot wax accidents. Very true, Francis. Very true. So in the meanwhile, let's start expanding our storage solutions. And we'll probably need a few cells here for the honey refinery. So we'll do that as well. Here we're going to make pollen. Over there we're going to make more nectar. Here we go. And more wax over here. Which will hopefully be a good thing. Be a good thing. Oh dear, what am I doing? Alright, so now with 3 bee sitters, we are spawning bees much faster. Which I really do appreciate. Fuzzy bee gone. Jeff briefly used leftover wax to run a hair removal salon as a side gig, but wasn't able to find many customers. Yeah, bees kinda need their fuzz. Not gonna lie, it is a thing that they do indeed require. So we are going to definitely need more builder bees. Let's yeah, that's why 10 45. Yes, good. Nice clean numbers. Alright, so that one is done, and here we'll leave it for the refinery. So now we have 4 builders actually, so maybe we could build another workshop and have the 4th builder use it instead of hanging around doing nothing and living less time. No, really, for fun, Queen Melanine once spread a rumor that she was 3 stink bugs in a trench coat. Are the stink bugs trying to take over the hive? Well, let's build that workshop. Oh, autosave. Right click to close. Right, and our goal here is to produce enough jelly to get the queen going. Now I'm assuming, yeah, since these share a timer, that bees working here will contribute to the overall research of the thing. So we have room for 6 builders, and that is exactly what we need. Hopefully they'll keep getting made, and our research will go much faster. Although maybe even more workshops would be needed. Let's take a look. Hive life. Late night rendezvous. Sometimes Vinny sneaks out of the hive at night to dance with the moths in the moonlight. That is very nice, Vinny. But let's get another workshop going. This one is upgraded. How about this? This is a normal workshop. So the upgraded workshop provides additional research options. Okay, but can we research the same things at a normal workshop? It looks like we can. So it's kind of weird that they get to be normal workshops researching things from an advanced workshop, but you know, I'm not going to look gift workshop in the mouth. I'm going to increase this one so that we get to a 9 builder population. Oh, we got with 10. Dang it. Fine. As long as we can get at least 9 working. Little treasures. Vinny likes to make crayons from leftover wax to donate to nurseries. Every now and again they receive a drawing as thanks. Vinny treasures them all. Oh, that is just adorable, isn't it? No, those timers are still going, still offset. I have way too many bee sitters, so let's crank them down a little bit. And hopefully that will balance their numbers a little bit more. Especially since we need a few more builders. And, you know, generic worker bees are also pretty good. Yeah, it looks like the bee sitters have balance, so let's leave it that way. We get a lot of storage for everything right now, but we are not producing as much as we should be. I guess pollen and nectar are a little low, so that was from the construction and stuff that I just did, so I'm not too concerned. Let the bees go. We only have 3 normal workers right now, which is not ideal. He's a kind of magic. Queen Melanine sometimes likes to listen to Bee Freddie Mercury. Okay. I don't think that joke was very well conceived there, but okay. So we're almost done with the honey refinery, which I seriously hope does match this pattern, because yeah. And after that we can do the honey storage, which we are going to need more nectar for. Good thing we checked, so we can get another cell going and populate it with a nectar storage. Research of the nectar refinery is complete, so there we go. Let's build the honey refinery, which requires, see, it's different, and I don't think we can build it there. But we can build it here, so let's do that, I think. Oh, we need empty cells, right. Not empty spaces, empty cells. So these little obstacles, like, make sure to limit your hive's expansion, so you've got to plan out a little bit for that. I think that works better once you know the shapes of things. In this case, I assumed it would be a 3 high because the wax refinery is a 3 high, but of course that was not the case. Whoa, all the builder bees coming to build that refinery. That's nice. So there we go, we have a honey refinery going on now. We just need the honey storage, which I should have started researching, but I actually don't have the nectar for it. So let's come in here and make this a... oh, nothing, because we don't have enough nectar. And a lot of our population just poofed out. No dear. Should some bees... well, I think... no, our wax stuff isn't... oh, do you want to pause it now? Yeah, let's pause wax production so that the bees, especially the normal workers, will go out and gather resources. Our bee sitter population is not having the bestest of time, but we kind of need all those let's increase workers a little more. Because we need the resources, but we'll see how it goes. So we have the 5 needed for the research. Dang, what did I need 5 nectar for? Was it to build another nectar storage? Maybe. I don't remember. But let's go build another nectar storage then. No, I want it there. It's fine. So let's build the nectar. And that should get us up to the 50 storage that we need for the honey storage. How is it gonna go? There it is. Alright, 52. That's exactly what we need. So I'm going to let these bees work their little bee asses off, and I'll be back in a bit. So an event happened. Rainy season. It's really coming down now. Nectar will dilute before foragers return, but they'll be able to focus on collecting more pollen. Which is not great, because what we really need is nectar, and we're not anywhere near that. Honey all the way. Kate thinks honey is the most important resource in the hive since it's the sweetest. No, that is completely false. Also, our pollen storages are full, so I guess we should make another one. I'm assuming further research will take it, but 30 and 50 honey, so yeah, we definitely need that honey storage. The jelly storage needs honey, barracks, defense management, and for defenders, but we still haven't got much of that. Nectar storage upgrade requires a bunch of nectar, which no. Pollen storage upgrade requires a bunch of pollen. The nursery upgrade is too expensive. The throne room upgrade takes a big chunk of nectar. And the wax storage upgrade takes more wax than we have, so we really have nothing for researchers to do. So what I'm going to do now is completely kill my builder population so that I get more workers, so that they harvest more resources. But I really hope that I can show you the queen thing. But you know what? This is getting pretty long, so I think what I'm going to do is stop this here and have a part 2 next week. But let me know if you enjoyed this one. If you'd like to play it for yourself, you can go to itch.io and search for Hive Time. In their search bar, you don't need to create an account, you don't need to pay anything, and you can download and play the game. It is available for Linux, Windows, and Mac. And yeah, it's pretty cute. So until next time, do remember that here there be bees.
Thank you so much to my patrons for making this channel possible. Click the Patreon logo to become one of these fine folk, and if you enjoyed the video, here are some more YouTube things you would like. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.